welcome to Critical Encounters gameplay stream. I'm your villainous host Steve, and I'm doing another real live card playthrough at my current setup. It is going to be another game with Iceman. So I'm going to play with Iceman or Bobby Drake. Totally Precon deck. All right. So we're going to play with the Iceman set, Expert Standard 3. And we're going to do some knock-knock. We're going to play a little Morlock Siege. Okay. Morlock Siege. We're going to play with the Marauders. And since we're going to try it on Expert, we're going to use side B. So we're playing with our standard encounter sets. 2 modulars. This suggests military grade and mutant slayers. But instead, we're going to use Dystopian Nightmare and Infinites out of the Unis pack. Let's see how these play outside of Unis when he's not around. So that does mean Gene Pool starts in play. Okay. So we're going to have to get our Marauders. I'm going to flip this puppy over. And here's our Marauders. This is our Marauder set. 7 cards. Okay. Side Bs. I'm going to shuffle. I'm going to not look. Okay. I got my eyes closed. You can't tell, but, you know, I do. And I'm going to stop on 3, 2, 1. Okay. It's Chimera again. That was weird. All right. So Chimera is our opening villain. And Chimera is a 2/2 Marauder with Psionic. When Chimera attacks you or an ally you control, because she will be attacking our Morlocks at a certain point, spend double mental, or she gets +2 for the attack with 14 health per player. I'm going to put her health over here. Good suggestion by somebody in the chat. Okay, knock knock. After resolving step 1 of the villain phase, put a knock knock counter here, or a knock counter here. If there's at least 3 counters here, we advance to stage 2. And if there are 3 villains under routed, the players win the game. That's not going to happen, but this knock knock. So the goal is to last the 3 turns and not let them break in. Okay, it's going to start at 3 threat. All right, let's refresh our memories with Gene Pool from the Infinite set. It's a permanent in setup, which is why it's out now. It's going to have 4 threat on it, and after an ally is defeated by anything other than consequential damage, put 3 threat here, so we're going to have to remember that. Okay, and in this case, since we're playing Infinites and without Unis, we've got some Infinite soldiers that will matter. 3 is going to give them Quick Strike, so that's important. Surge or hit points. Okay, all right, let's see here. Morlock Siege, Dystopian Nightmare, Infinites, Standard 3, Expert, Obligation. Okay. And Standard 3 has the Shadow Pursued by the Past, which will get tokens, and once it hits 4 tokens, my nemesis will come out, and that will be Pyro, the Australian novelist. Okay. And the last thing for the moment is Routed. Okay. Hang on. And we're going to have to defeat a certain number of Marauder villains. I think it's 2. Maybe it's 3. I'll have to look. Okay. Got a lot of things on the board here, so let's make a little space. Okay. Routed on Expert mode. Cards under here are not in play. The villain gains retaliate 1 for each card under here. All right, and then after the villain is defeated, put it under here. Discard each minion that shares a title with the top villain of the villain deck. That's not going to happen because I'm not playing with the Marauder minion set. The villain activates against each player in player order. Okay. I'm going to have to look up how many I have to defeat. Well, let's start with 2. See if I can do that. So this is the Iceman Precon deck. Still not sleeved. I have not touched this since the last video. Haven't had a chance. So let's see, can Bobby Drake's Precon redeem itself on Expert against a different stage 1 villain? Okay. Our contest is currently going on right now. You can win an entire box of the next evolution. Check out our recent video or our Facebook or our community tab on our YouTube page. Okay. All right. So, Bobby Drake, let's draw our opening 6 hands. Shadow Cat. Surprise move. Looking for Trouble, Powering All of Us, Frozen Solid. Ooh, okay. And Looking for Trouble. All right, I'm going to mulligan two of these. Powering All of Us lets us bring that out easier. Frozen Solid is pretty good, but it'll be 1, 2, 3 cards for that. I need some double resources. Let's pitch this and see what we end up with. Recuperation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take that. Interesting. Okay. This is going to be my hand. Just checking my video. There's a little bit of a shadow here. I wonder. Didn't help. Okay, we'll just play with that, see how it goes. Can't tell if the glare is worse or better. So, all right. So Bobby Drake is an Iceman. He begins the game with his Frostbite cards. They are set aside. After you change to this form, shuffle an ice from your discard pile into your deck for each copy of Frostbite that's out. And the Iceman is a 1/2/2 X-Men with Freeze. When Iceman makes a basic attack or defense against an enemy, attach Frostbite to that enemy. Okay. I will flip. I'll spend a Recuperation and a Power in All of Us to bring out Shadowcat. Play only if you're an X-Man, so you have to do it in Hero 4. After you play Shadowcat from your hand, choose a side scheme in play. That scheme loses all of its icons until the end of the turn, which doesn't really impact us, but she is a 2 thwart. So let's get rid of 2 thwart. Okay. She takes 1 consequential damage. Take that, take that, look at too many cards. Can't spend, can't do anything. I should not have mulliganed that 1 card that I mulliganed. Would have given me at least something to do. All right, I will attack for 2. And she was at 14. She's now at 12. And that will put out a Frostbite. Okay. All right, I'm going to pitch these take that's. I'm going to try to play that Frozen Solid this game. We'll see. Okay. Chill Out. Suppressing Fire. Shark Girl. And an Ice Blast. Everything's so expensive. I'm going to have to tweak this deck at some point. Okay. 1 threat. And a knock counter. Okay. And since we're not playing with Unis, this does not go up except by its forced response. Previously, that would go up from hunting the gene traders. It says after resolving step 1, put a point over there, but that's not in play. That's a different scenario. So knocking it down to a 2 means until somebody is defeated by something other than consequential damage. Okay, so no chump blocking, but otherwise that just stays put. Okay, Chimera will attack with a boost. And I have to spend double mental or get +2 for the attack. Well, she's currently down to a 1. Boy, that does stink. Alright, that's a lot of damage, though. Alright, I'll defend. When I defend, Frostbite. Okay, so now she's attacking for 0, +2. So hitting for 2 and a special. Oh, Hide's supposed to not be in the deck. My mistake. This is the card that it says to put in later. My mistake. Okay. Alright, 2 and this boost. If this activation attack against overkill, not a big deal. So it's 2, 4, 5, -2, 3, -2, 1 damage. Okay. Alright, that goes Seek the Weak. There go the Frostbites because after the enemy activates, they leave play. Alright, and then I get an encounter card. Side scheme, crisis. Now it's a crisis. Alright, targeted for extermination. When defeated, the player who defeated this scheme confuses their identity. Okay. And it comes out with 3. That's what this card cost me last game, so I'm going to have to focus in on it. All right, my turn. That's possibly a chill out. Man, there's just not enough resources. All right, I'm going to spend these 3. I'm going to put Frozen Solid on Chimera. Okay, and Shadowcat will thwart for 2 on Chill Out. I'm sorry, on Targeted for Extermination. I'm reading the card, but talking about that one. All right, Frozen Solid. Hero form only attached to an enemy, max 1 per enemy. When attached enemy would activate, discard Frozen Solid instead, then put on a Frostbite. Okay. I'll hold on to the Chill Out because I'm going to need it for some threat, I think. Yeah. Okay, 1. All right, Cryonetic Perception. I need that one. Beak. Keep up the pressure. All right, this card's important because it's card draw. Prize move. All right. Okay, 1 threat goes here. A knock counter goes up to 2. So I'm at 2, 4, 5 out of 6. So I have to knock that down a tiny bit. All right, Chimera. When attached to any wound to activate, discard Frozen Solid instead. Okay, so it doesn't activate. Then attach a Frostbite to it. Okay. Okay. Good. Get an encounter card, which is an obligation. Haunted. It's a hazard, and I have to discard a card from my hand to get rid of it. Ugh. Okay. I'm going to thwart for 1 off of this. Oh, I'm going to get confused. Yeah, I have to do it this way. Okay, targeted for extermination. When defeated, the player who defeated the scheme confuses their identity. Okay. Confused. All right, I'll spend these 2 to put out the Cryonetic Perception. Oh, but I can't actually use my freeze ability this turn, can I? Boy, the confuse messes me up. Yeah, alright, Shadowcat has to go after this. That will defeat her by consequential damage, so she does not go to Gene Pool. Okay. I'll flip. Shuffle an ice card. Let's shuffle that Frozen Solid back in. Okay. Then discard a card from your hand. I'll discard Surprise Move to get rid of Hunted. Not Haunted. Hunted. Ready. 1, Chill Out. 2, Recuperation. 3 for Snow Clone. 4 for Ice Wall. 5 for Arctic Attack. And 6, Team Building. Okay, good. All right, 1 threat. And a knock. Now we're going to check it. It says, after resolving step 1 in the villain phase, put a knock counter here. If there are at least 3, advance to stage 2A. Okay. So these go away. The Mutant Massacre. Each player puts a set-aside Morlock ally into play under the control 2 set-aside allies instead if this is a single-player game. Okay. All right. 2 Morlocks. Shuffle the Hide Treachery. Now I get it. Into the encounter deck. If the previous stage was advanced by knock counters, or knock counters, give each Morlock a tough status card. All right, so let's shuffle Hide back in. Hide is good for me. It's a surge card, but you give a Morlock a tough status, and as a boost, you give a Morlock ally a tough status, and the villain 1 additional boost card. So it's like a boost surge. It surges, it has boost surge, but it gives Morlock, one Morlock a tough. Okay. Alright. Shuffle that. And both of these get toughs. Okay. Okay, and we flip this over. Action, exhaust a Morlock ally, shuffle hide from the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. So the Morlocks can help you hide. If there are 3 villains under... Oh, 3. It says right there. If there's 3 villains under round, the players win the game. I don't know why I thought there was 2. If the stage is completed or there are no Morlock allies in play, the players lose the game. Why did I think they were attacking the Morlocks? Oh, because the Morlocks themselves said. Alright, 1/1, tough, 5, Morlock mutant, victory -1. Does not count against your ally limit. Card abilities cannot remove this ally from play. When an enemy attacks you, it attacks a Morlock you control instead. So every time it attacks you, it goes after a Morlock, and when they do their attack, they still get their ability. 0 maxes out at 8. We started the phase by adding 1 here and a knock counter. We flipped it over. We're now into Chimera's activation phase. So she's going to scheme for 2 with a frostbite and another hunted. Ew, there's 2 of them? Yikes. All right, 1, 2, 3 total. This will go away. Put 3 thread out. Okay, we're going to get an encounter card. Nowhere is safe. When revealed, put 1 pursuit counter on pursued by the past. Then if it has any counters on it, discard an upgrade or support you control. Oh. There goes this. Yeah, that stinks. Yeah, that really stinks. Okay. I want this. So I'm going to spend a recuperation and an ice wall. Put out a team building exercise. I'm going to flip. Let's do team building. And the snow clone for a chill out to remove these 3. No. To, oh, I'm confused, huh? All right, let's thwart. Clear that. Okay, then we'll do this with the snow clone and a chill out to remove 3 threat from a scheme and attach frostbite. Okay, that leaves me with an Arctic attack and 2 Morlocks. I'm going to hold on to them at the moment because I kind of want them to be tough to start with. Okay. Ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, at least those 2 go together. And a power belt. All right, might be a build turn. Let's see how it goes. Okay, 1 threat. Chimera is going to attack this Morlock for +2. I'm just going to let the Morlock take it. Star, put 2 threat on Gene Pool. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's calling the weak as the boost. So he's still attacking for 2, 4, 3 into the tough. Okay. The frostbite leaves. We're going to get an encounter card. War Weary. When revealed, you are stunned. Oh, man. Boy. If you are already stunned, take 2 damage. Nope. Okay. Okay. Let's spend a power in all of us for another team building. Let's spend a suppressing fire and an Arctic attack for a power belt. Okay. I'm stunned. I will thwart for 1 over here, and this Morlock will thwart for 1 over here as well. Yes, I know I use my Morlocks occasionally. That puts it down under the 3 threshold, which is important, I think. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't use a team building on the power belt, and I couldn't use a power belt on the team building, so it's okay. I got some resource generation. Let's see how things go now. Take that. Ice Blast. Ice Slide. Glob Herman. And Chill Out. Okay. 1 threat. Chimera is going to activate again. I can't spend, I don't even have 2 mental resources, so she's a 4. Into this Morlock. 5, 6. Okay. Great. Counter card. Bolstered by Wrath. Attached to the villain, exhaust the character you control and spend X resources of any type where X is the number of villains under routed. Discard this card. Exhaust a character you control and spend X resources of any type. Okay. Alright. My turn. I'll use this Morlock to spend 0 resources because there are 0 hero villains tucked under here to get rid of Bolstered by Wrath. Not great options here. Okay, we'll use a team building. Oh, I get 3 hit points from the power belt. Okay, thank you, random listener shouting at your screen. I team building exercise to play an ice card because I'm ice. I can use this power belt also for an ice card. That's 2. I can't use these 2 at the same time. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Spend that for the Ice Blast. Choose a player. Me. Attach a copy of Frostbite to the villain and each minion engaged with that. There are no minions out. Deal 3 damage to each enemy with the Frostbite attached. Okay, so down to 9. Okay. All right. Then, and that's not, Ice Blast is not an attack. I guess I'm going to attack to clear the stun. I'll team building exercise. And these 2 to put out Glob. Alright. Play only if you're X-Men, if you have the X-Men trait. After enters play, deal 2 damage to an enemy with an upgrade attached. So 2 more. Then Glob will attack for 2. 2 more. Taking 1 consequential damage. And I do not want the Morlocks to take any extra additional damage. So I will end my turn. I do want to flip here real soon. I mean, he's got a Frostbite. How many cards are left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Be this turn, next turn. I wonder. All right, before I'm ready, I'm going to flip. I'm going to use my ice ability. Is the power belt? Well, let's see. Oh, the power belt's probably not an ice card, is it? Neither is cryokinetic perception. It's just a superpower. Let's shuffle in an Arctic attack. I'm going to see how this goes. Okay. Chill Out, Frozen Solid, Team Building, 3, suppressing fire 4, surprise move 5, and looking for trouble 6. Move 3 threat. Okay, it's not bad. 1 here. Chimera's going to scheme. If you control more like ally, choose to either deal 1 damage to it or spend a resource of any type. I'll put a damage on it. Alright, so then he's scheming for 2, 3, -1, down to 2. Schemes for 2. Okay. And then encounter card. Dark Designs. Place a pursuit counter. Oh, the villain schemes. I probably just lost. Okay. This is gone from previously. He's going to scheme for 2, 3, 4. Like that 5. Yeah, I schemed out. Forgot about Dark Designs and stuff. Well, there you go. I should not have flipped, I guess. I could have just, like, defended and kept going. But I was hoping to... I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking I'd get that cryokinetic perception, but then it's not an ice card. Well, that's how it happens. That's the way the icicles melt sometimes. I'm going to have to build... Time to build some card decks. So, all right. Thanks for tuning in. Keep watching. At some point, Iceman might win against these wonderful villains, but, you know, hopefully not. So, we don't want those heroes winning. Thanks, folks. Bye-bye.